Well, football is football. No matter how you look at it, things would always happen that you don't plan for. There are eventualities. But then let's focus on how sports needs to react. Let me take it from you. We already seen Daily Mail reports that Sergio Aurier has stormed out of the stadium. You know, when players put up that kind of behavior or attitude, it's as a result of feeling like they are the victim here. Come on, coach, you're blaming me for something that it is obviously your fault, okay? But you're trying to blame me because you know how when players are like Mourinho style, Mourinho have started the game. At the beginning, it might work because of the aura, the awesome nature of the man. But over time, even the most awesome person become ordinary. Do you understand? The most amazing person become very ordinary. People look and I better forget now. Wait, now so they do. So you must think innovatively. You must change the way you do things. You must, adjust. Let me play the devil's advocate now. Sergio Aurier, there's Dele Alli, there's Lissos, there's Lucas Moura. There are people already working on thin ice, waiting for something to trigger them. If these guys gang up and tear the dressing room, how do you see Jose Mourinho, sorry, as he says his name is. How do you see Jose Mourinho coming out of this unscattered?
Well, I don't think we are at that level yet. Yes, Sergio Aurier will not happy, but Mourinho has a record. Mourinho's team hardly breaks up in his second season, so I don't think that will happen. Aside that too, I think the players will be looking at the result first right now. Of course, Sergio knew that he had a bad game yesterday, even without being told. Even the other players will tell him, guy, yes, you had a bad game, and it affected the team as well. You somehow contributed to the defeat, to a very large extent. Mourinho, on the other hand, for me, in his post-match conference, he didn't take any responsibility. He was just singing on the players, individuals. He missed the points that his selection contributed to it. So for me, if I'm Jose Mourinho, you should go back, take a look at that team and see, look, somehow contributed. Yes, the players made the mistakes, but somehow I should have done something better than what I did. For me, you should take it as we failed and not the players. But if he tries to bring out those players and try to, remove himself from the picture, definitely it will affect because teams win together, teams lose together. Not when they win, you become the master, the genius. When they lose, you blame the players. So I think Jose, should look at it from this angle. I take responsibility, players take responsibility as well. In the dressing room, you should just try to make it look as if, yes, we lost, but we can do better.
Chelsea coach, he's come out to say something that, for me, I like that position. He said, nobody expects me to stay here for long, and I'm not afraid of trigger-happy Roman Abrahamovic. In other words, I'm here to do my job. By the time I get to the point where they need to sack me, you remember Gary Neville already said it's not going to last more than 18 months to 2 years, okay? So when the time comes for them to sack me, they should sack me, but I'm focused on doing my job, and I'm going to do my job. Is that the right mentality to start a job at Chelsea, or is someone who's just there to take the money that will come? It's got a contract for 18 months.
For me, that's a very good mentality to start with. You know why? Now, when you know that you're sitting on a keg of gunpowder, your days are numbered, it makes you work your skin out. Lampard had this mentality of, I'm a legend, they'll give me time, and that's affected him.
I'm the
homeboy,
I'm
the page boy, anything happens, I have the backing, and that affected him. For me, that's the right mentality. You know that definitely, this is a sack and hire job. For me, that's the best mentality. You know that your days, you judge on results. So give them results. The more results you have, the more your days, the more you are left to do your job. So for me, well, that's what I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. Yes, people may not like him, but for me, that's the right approach because that will make you to bring out the best. That will make you, to work at the short term, not looking at long term. That was what Lampard was trying to do. So for me, that's a wonderful approach.
What is convincing Mauricio Pochettino to think that Kylian Mbappe is going nowhere? Because he seems to be sounding like he's telling everybody. I don't know if he's doing it to buy the love of the player or ass leaking, kind of like, try to be, I'm a nice guy, I love you, kind of thing, or is overwhelmed by the fact that he's coaching such a global phenomenon. But do you think he's overdoing it? It's going nowhere. It's not going to move. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say the player angling for a move. In today's football world, do you think Mauricio Pochettino is doing an overkill?
Well, I think in the case of Mauricio Pochettino, I think he's trying to make the players, buy into him, get close to him. Because because if he comes out and say it's a 50-50 chance, it's based on Mbappe leaving, Mbappe might feel like it's like this guy don't even like me like that. So, but if he comes out to public and say no, it makes Mbappe feel wanted. It makes me feel that it's like I'm important to this man's project. So I think that's what he's trying to do. Try to make Mbappe. Mbappe is a very good player, no doubt about that. Most clubs would like to have such a player. So I think he's trying to make Mbappe feel that, guy, you are important to this club. You're important to the future of this club. I think that's what it's not trying to make it, look over. I mean, if Mbappe wants to leave now and the right offer has come, definitely you are allowed to go. But I think it's left for him, as a manager, to try to make it look as if this guy is important to me and, I want him in my team. That's what he's just trying to do.
You are listening to Elegbetetvradio.